Stop before you actually consider purchasing the brand new Apple Watch Series 8, or if you are thinking about upgrading to the latest Apple Watch SE 2. I highly recommend continuing watching this video as I spend several days now testing each and every single one of them, and the end results are kind of shocking. So if you're considering upgrading, I'm going to go ahead and cover the complete breakdown and everything you need to know before you even consider upgrading to the latest Apple Watch, because unfortunately it may not be worth it. I'll elaborate. Let's go ahead and begin. So this is the Series 8. The one I have here is the midnight color in the 45. Now this is the first time that the Series 8 Apple Watch has a low selection of color options to choose from, because previously with the Series 7 you had a color choice of choosing between blue, product red, even green, and then of course you had the standard midnight, starlight, and silver for the previous generations. Now you still have the product red availability, but this is only for this watch band. You can't buy it separately if you want to do different cases like you can with the aluminum and the stainless steel, but really it's just these three color choices to choose from: midnight, starlight, and silver, and identical similar colors for the stainless steel version. Same applies on the SE2. There's a product red, but it doesn't have the red case like it does with the Series 8, just a band. And exterior wise, when you compare the two, from the 7th generation Apple Watch, the Series 7 to the Series 8, there's no body design differences whatsoever. It's the inside where the Series 8 received some upgrades, but are these upgrades even worth considering? I'll cover more about the internals in just a little bit. Now for the Apple Watch SE2, the 2022 one, the body design exterior wise, it's 100% exactly the same like the previous generation Apple Watch. So it has the older body screen design, which means it still is a large screen, to be honest. Like, don't get me wrong, this is not a puny screen like the first generation Apple Watch. The one we have here is a 44 millimeter, and it's not that far apart from the 45. The bezels are slightly bigger, but from a far distance, it's really hard to even notice. And if you think the screen is too big for you, the 40 millimeter screen option is also available. But exterior wise, minus the back plate, this is where you can only notice the differences between the older generation SE Apple Watch and the older bodies, as it has like this nice soft texture material back here. It's hard to tell if this is aluminum or plastic, as it does have a cold to touch feel at certain points. So I want to say it is aluminum, and it just feels really great, and I personally do like this design. I kind of wish they did something similar like that to the Series 8 to separate it from the Series 7. But other than that, both of these Apple Watches do support the new Apple crash detection, which thanks to its internal upgrades of the gyroscope, accelerometer, as well as the G-force sensor, as it can detect a higher G-force, and the Apple Watch itself has been tested multiple times from Apple's lab, where it can actually identify a roll, a flip, a front-end collision. So it shouldn't really be easily triggered. Should it? I'm going to go ahead and test that out in the near future, so stay tuned because I plan on doing some roller coaster testing. But aside from that, the packages, the whole unboxing experience, honestly, it was 100% identical to the previous generation Apple Watches. Unfortunately, the power brick is not available, but they do include the USB-C to the Apple Watch Puck charger, this thing. So just the band, watch, and cable is what comes included outside the box. But something that Apple did decide to do this time for the Series 8 and the 2022 SE is now there's no longer an exclusive Nike version watch if you want to have access to the Nike version watch bands, as now you can actually match the two together. So out of the box, it's already equipped with the Nike bands, like this one right here that I have for the SE2. This is the brand new one that just reads "Just Do It," and then this one's the previous generation one, but I comboed it with my Series 8. So now you don't have to buy the Nike edition separately, the band separately, if you want it on your Apple Watch. You can actually combine the two, which is quite neat, I guess. You just lose the Nike logo in the back here, like how it used to be displayed. So after using these Apple Watches for quite some time now, honestly, my experience has been like the same experience I had with like the Series 6 Apple Watch days, to be honest. And then when it comes to performance, honestly, there's no really noticeable differences between the Series 7 and the Series 8. And I could say the same thing with the new SE. Performance-wise, it's almost identical. Nothing much really has changed. Yes, the Series 8 does have new body temperature sensors, but it's only exclusive to women's health. for just the Period app at the time making this video. But as of right now, like there's no real way to really utilize this feature to be compatible on other devices. But what I think may happen in the near future is third-party developers will then have access to this temperature sensor, which hopefully they'll be able to develop an app that could actually monitor your overall body temperature. As there's two temperature sensors on the Series 8, there's one on the screen, which will identify the temperature outside the environment, like around your surrounding. And then the other one that's facing to your wrist is able to calculate and get the temperature reading from your body. So this could definitely be extremely useful for partners who are looking into starting a family or women's health in general who just want to collect more data. But when you compare it against the Series 7, the internal storage remained the same, which isn't a bad thing. 32 gigs is a lot. Really, the only noticeable differences is watchOS 9, but this is also available across other Apple Watches that support watchOS 9, as it gave us new abilities to do multiple different things, new compass features like never before, a new revamp innovation with the new low power mode, which allows the Apple Watch to last a lot longer. And for my daily testing, it actually does do a really good job comparing it from watchOS 8 to watchOS 9. Just for the Series 8, it's supposed to be able to last up to 36 hours, but my test results says otherwise. Well, I went ahead and test this out and see how it does on low power mode against a Series 7 on low power mode and the SE2. Now, from my previous test was comparing the watchOS 8 regular mode with the watchOS 9 low power mode. There was a noticeable difference, but with this test, making sure each battery life was at 100%, battery health was also at 100%, same screen brightness, and that all three of these watches were disconnected from their smartphone. I ran this test where I could use these little tapping devices to tap to the screen every few seconds so it doesn't fall asleep. And I selected this watch face because the animation should help with the acceleration process from previous videos I've done in the past. This is a good watch face to really do a strain performance test on the battery. So with all of them set up, remember the Series 8 is the one with the Nike black band, the Series 7 is the one without the band, and the SE is the one with the Just Do It band. So the first one to go out was actually the Series 7, as it lasted about 6 hours and 17 minutes. Then 12 minutes later, to my surprise, the Series 8 gave out, as the SE made it to 6 hours and 54 minutes. But not that far apart from the Series 8, which to me this was shocking. I was expecting the Series 8 to last several minutes or even an hour more longer under a single charge. So even though Apple is marketing the Series 8 to be able to last up to 36 hours under a single charge with low power mode enabled, based off the results, even some of my previous videos, like this one, for example, if you go ahead and watch it right there, it's been consistent to the most part. A massive increase in battery life performance overall compared to watchOS 8, that's for sure. But if your watch supports watchOS 9, honestly, watchOS 9 has been a fantastic firmware upgrade, as with low power mode enabled, it definitely does allow the Apple Watch to last noticeably a lot longer under a single charge. But since the Series 8 came really close to the brand new SE, I'm also thinking that the SE can also come close to that Apple marketed 36 hours under a single charge. So all in all, the big star of the show is watchOS 9, as this basically gives all the other Apple Watches that support watchOS 9 to have these exact or very similar features that the Series 8 has and the SE2 has. The only benefit I see here is with the Series 8, you do have that body temperature monitoring, which is perfect for women's health. But aside from that, I really don't see any other selling points somebody may want to consider if it's even worth upgrading to the Series 8. So if you have a Series 7, there's really no reason to upgrade, as exterior wise looks identical and you lose some color choices to choose from. Now for the Apple Watch SE2, that's not bad. I think it's actually a fair value. Its performance is really great, has the same internal storage, and aside from the 1mm screen differences between the two, from a far distance, it's really challenging to even tell the two apart. So even though this is not rocking the modern generation Apple Watch body design, I still think this is an extremely modern Apple Watch. But if I had a choice between choosing one, if I'm upgrading from like a Series 3 or even a Series 4, always on display is cool and all, but I really don't care for it. My money, I'll personally pick, if I wasn't a YouTuber, I'll just go get the Apple Watch SE2. Just like previously, the SE first generation was my pick, and now it's the SE2, especially now since it actually has a modern chipset inside. and we'll still continue to receive a lot of new watch OS features. I'm pretty sure Apple is going to continue supporting this Apple Watch for a very long time. Aside from that, there you guys have it. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think it's worth upgrading? And if you did upgrade, what watch did you came from and which one did you decide to go with? I'm curious to know what everybody else is doing, so feel free to comment down below. Aside from that, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, you know what to do. Leave this video a like and get subscribed, especially if you enjoy a lot of tech videos just like this. If you'd like to watch more, a more in-depth video guide on WatchOS 9, highly recommend checking out this video over here as I cover everything new that there is to know that will allow you to unlock additional features that your watch is now capable of doing. And then that video over there, that is a video that the YouTube algorithm gods is recommending for you. Feel free to watch either or. Again, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See ya.